Financial Field where 70,000 are rocking and ready to go in Philadelphia. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New Orleans Saints and the Philadelphia Eagles. With fall around the corner, football is back, America, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Let's go, D.
They go play action here on first down. And this one caught by Max Williams. A good start offensively. 15 yards on the game's initial play.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that'll open things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good. That middle third, the seam routes, the end routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
Check, 315. Check, Mike, 27. You ain't going nowhere. Gotta go, in and out. Let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Game situation, let's go. Hey, check Mike, 27. Check Mike, 27.
On 2nd and 12, Wilson. Room here to run. And now off to the races down the right side. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles. And the defense could not have written a much better script than that. First drive, pick 6.
The offense never got a chance to really get oiled up there, did they? But the defense, they certainly got in gear. What a big-time play and a great way for them to start.
And now the offense, they've got to turn things around and figure this out, because your backs are on the ground real quickly.
Yeah, usually when you're starting the game getting the ball, 0-0 is the only score you're worried about. Now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown.
This will be taken short. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
At the 21-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. On second down, a run with Breida. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
It's a gain of 6, and it's 3rd down.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. From the shotgun, Wilson. He's got his man. It's Williams. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 15 and a Saints 1st down.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work. And that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a 1st down.
All day, dog. Tie it right.
On 1st down, here's Breida. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Tackles. Check 9. Watch
36 power.
Mack off the draw play. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
He's coming.
They'll run on 1st down. McKinley, and he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle 1st down.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Check hot route.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. It's an Eagles 1st down on a gain of 11.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Murray now on 1st down. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Von Miller. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. And here the pressure from the outside linebacking spot.
And normally when that happens and they're able to get home, that means the other guys on his team helped him out a lot. That they occupied people to allow it to be no less than a one-on-one situation allows him to get home.
To try again after the sack. Murray on the run. He'll let this go deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Check Mike 45. Check Mike 45. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Here we go. Here we go. Go. Check three. Check three. Check three. Hey, alert three. Alert three. Saez,
Murray with a third and long. Got this complete to the rookie out of UMass, Andy Isabella. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Andy Isabella, 71 yards. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you get the defensive touchdown early, give you the first score, and then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, and we've had that conversation with them prior to the game, they always say, you know, if we can score on defense or special teams, that gives us like a 95% chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct, but it certainly does tend to play out that way, doesn't it?
It does. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Check 52.
They run with Breida.
You ain't going nowhere.
Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Fight. 315. Check. 3 bud. Hey, Mike's 50, Mike's
They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. A run on 1st down, but it's not going to get them much. Maybe a yard, and that's all. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, McKinley. They follow up the 1st down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the 1st down. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves him looking at a 4th down.
6 yards. It's 4th down.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14. Saints, nothing.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. So they get the first down. Maybe not a huge play in terms of yardage, but the fake punt does the job. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm coming.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Call it a loss of 12 that time. And it'll be a 2nd and long.
A big loss on the play. Brings up 2nd down.
Set. Go to base. Mike, 45. Get your swarm on.
Murray's going to keep this himself on the RPO. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Tight dog. Kill. Hey, turn it up. Let's go. Drive on. Fires the mic. What? Check 99.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Murray nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, that's the 2nd time he's been sacked so far in the first half, and if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. And it's fielded at the 34. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Saints, they'll have a short field in front of them. They take over here, 1st and 10.
Here we go. 50. Mike, 50. Watch the pass. Deuce.
They go play action now. Wilson under a heavy rush, and down he goes. In for the sack, Deion Jones.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. They go counter with Breida. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Play action. Now Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. The #1 pick, Myles Garrett, coming in to drop him.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play-action sack.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
Yeah, from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Hey, switch.
Now a give, right side. McKinley. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. He's at the 40, the 20, and he'll be down deep into New Orleans territory.
That's good for Eagles first down. First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
If there was one area that the coach emphasized in our pregame meeting, it was red zone offense.
In a sense, I got from it, and I think you did as well. They weren't real happy.
And it's a fumble. And this is picked up by the Saints. And the return will stop right around the 25. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Starting the drive with a give to Mack. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, it's Wilson. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Check, check. Fresno, Fresno, Fresno. Check, 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 check.
Johnson. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. Lutz good on the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. It's a very short kick taken by an up man. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And this, you'd hate to say that a drive in the first half must end in points, but you're down 21-0. They're going to have to get something going fairly quickly.
I would agree totally with that because if you're going to mount the comeback, it's going to have to come in bits and pieces. It doesn't just all come at one time, right? We haven't seen anything more than a 6-point touchdown ever in this game, right? So that's how it has to be done. Get points on the board now, start your comeback, but you're exactly right. Let's get it going right here in this spot.
The Saints on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder coming up at halftime, it's the season debut of the coach, Jonathan Coachman, in Orlando, as we look ahead to all the action coming up this opening weekend. And, of course, we'll also take a look back at this first half. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by Jair Alexander.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is third down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great effort there. 85 yards. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Lutz with the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half.
Next to score, Eagles 48, Saints nothing.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And it's a short kick, taken right around the 19. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
The Saints take over first and 10.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive. But they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
They'll come up now on a second and long after the hold.
Bang out, bang.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Call it a gain of 5 that time. They'll be left with a third down and about 9 to go. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On third down, Wilson. Got a man open, it's Ross. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 42. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. A first opportunity upcoming in the red zone for the Saints. They've got it first and goal at the 6. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. Diving for the end zone, and the ball's knocked out. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
So we have reached halftime here in the Thursday night opener as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, we'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
boys. Let's go. Let's go.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for first and 10. Now they try the right side here. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up second and 5. The first down run got 5. Here's second and 5. And a give this time to the tailback. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down.
No gain on the play. Brings up third down and 5.
And for the Saints here on third down, an extra defensive back on the field.
Hey, they scared. They scared. Check 24. Check 24. Get him on. West. Short. 45 the mic. 45 the mic. I got it. Check the backer. Check the backer. Check.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10.
It's our field. Hey, it's our house. Any weapon. Flare. Whip. Watch the whip. Watch that. He's crashing. He's checking crash.
He pitches it out. 10 yards there and an Eagle first down.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
Be good. Go. Watch out. Hey, check Mike 45. Watch the screen.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a second and 11.
At the 30-yard line.
Ready up. 45 the mic. Check 45 the mic. Check the outs. Switch. Hey. Under crunch. Back.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
So first and second down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double-teamed and sometimes triple-teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
And it's complete. They're going to get the first. They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on downs. Well, that was a long attempt to begin with, so the fake you might have known was somewhat of a possibility. Credit to the defense, though. They weren't fooled.
You're right, they weren't fooled, and they were in a position of having to play it both ways. Guard for the fake, but you still want to rush the kicker because it was a makeable kick. So they ended up getting the best out of the whole thing. Stuffed the fake, and they take over the ball.
Again, it's Johnson. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. Wilson to throw on third down. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line.
All right, work with me, partner. This is a classic understatement. Their execution has been very poor. Last 3 drives, 2 interceptions and a fumble. Winning football? We're not seeing it right now.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Brandon, at some point, these defenders absolutely have to say, we've just got to make a stand. We've had enough of this.
Giving up a lot of points in this game, but looked better on that play. On second and goal, they'll give it to him again. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. They'll run here on third and goal. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. 6 yards puts him right on the doorstep, but now it'll be 4th and goal. Here we go on 4th down. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. A great play there, with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Eagles take advantage of good field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Lutz good on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there half time, actually.
You think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up first and goal.
Well, think of it like you would a typical boxing match. The person that's on his heels and absorbing blows is having a tough time. And that's what's happening to the defense right now, because the offense is on his toes and punching, and there's another first down run right there.
Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
They'll try again on second and goal after going backwards to the 12. Dancing to his left. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes third and goal. Now it's Wilson. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Jalen. Smith, and that'll bring up 4th down. Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4. Throwing is Wilson, eluding the pressure right. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Keelan Cole, the intended target.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you think you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
2nd and 9 now from the 21.
Hey, come on, oh, come on, oh. Wide. Distracted. Crash. Wide. Get wide. Wide. 45's the mic. Let's go.
From the gun, Mariota. And this one's incomplete. Jalen Hurd, the intended receiver, but now it's 3rd down. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it, when you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
And he's going to get this one across. Line.
That's good for the Eagles. 1st down. All day. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Watch tight end. Hey.
It comes, and he lost the football. Mariota had it jarred loose. And this is picked up by the Saints. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Mike 54. Big stop, G. Big stop.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And the ball is knocked out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. On 2nd down now. It's Wade. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. A 1st down carry here for Johnson. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll run it now out of the gun. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. The Saints on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd down and 12. Wilson flushed out right. And this is going to be incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
The Eagles take over first and 10. Let's go! At their own 25-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. This ball game certainly has gotten a little out of hand. This is normally when they say you got to fill. This is fill time for guys like you and I. But, yeah, to be frank, just a dominating performance. Really impressive what we've seen.
It is, and I'm glad that you went in that direction because otherwise we're going to have to talk about the museum tour we took yesterday.
Which was also impressive.
Which was also very impressive. But this game, how they've done it, offense, defense, special teams. They've put it all together.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
3 down, 3 down. Where are they, team? Check 13. Where are they,
And they give this time to the tailback. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. 9 yards on the carry, but it's going to lead to a 4th down.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. 20. Touchdown, New Orleans. Ty Johnson, 63 yards. And the Saints make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point put through by Succop. And that. Now it's Ryan Succop on after the touchdown to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. Oh, look at the juke. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, broadcaster?
Well, I'm not going to go to the player part because when I think blowout...
Because you won every game as a player.
No. I think about being blown out. And no one wants to go back to those memories. But, you know, when I was calling college football, I saw a game that, you know, a team put 70. I actually saw it happen twice. A team put 70 on their opponent. And in the NFL, in the 2017 season, I saw one of those changing of the guard games where a team that hadn't been very good before now is dominating.
And it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Here we go.
go to Johnson again. And he is taken down deep in Philadelphia territory. And he is finally taken down, but not before he gets it to the Eagles' 12-yard line. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain, followed by a sizable loss here. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Wade, and not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. On 3rd down, Johnson. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. They run. It's Johnson. And he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Eagles defense able to hold. Now a handoff looking right. He's got a 1st down past the 30. And all the way up to the 46. A big hitter there. A 1st down gain of 26 yards. He's making quite a splash here in his NFL debut.
Well, he was advertised as being NFL ready, and both you and I tend to arch an eyebrow a little bit when we first hear that. But I think that they were right about this one.
Well, not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And they'll take a knee as the clock runs under a minute to play.
Check. Crunch. 3. Crunch. Hatchet.
And they take a knee.
Squeeze, double.
Well, my friend, for the players, it's good for them to get that first game under their belts. For you and I, that first Thursday night game, also good for us to get that under our belts, wasn't it?
It was no longer preseason. We were into the regular season, the first game of the year. And, you know, all eyes were watching this when everyone was excited that football was back.
And it's just special. You could just feel it. It's so good to have the pigskin back out there. It'll be crisp fall weather before we know it.
You got that right, but I love the build-up to it, right? All day long anticipating it, and then we got here and we saw a game, the first game of the year. Let's keep going.
So for the Eagles, they begin the new campaign with a victory here in front of the home crowd in the Thursday opener. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Seahawks in Seattle. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Yeah. Yeah. They took it to 10. Yeah. Okay. 30,000 in the pocket.